Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of our goalie career. Today, we got a matchup at home against the New Jersey Devils. It should be a fun, fast-paced game for you. We'll get started in just a minute. If you missed the last video, we're coming off a game against the St. Louis Blues. That was a really solid effort all around. Some great goaltending, excellent defensive plays, and an offensive explosion by Matvei Michkov, who ended up with a hat trick in that game. Like I said, just a really solid effort all around. It was a great start to the video, but unfortunately the end was a little bit heartbreaking and quite frustrating. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I'll quickly break it down. We are now 2 weeks into our very busy schedule for our new Philadelphia Flyers. A lot of games in a very short amount of time. We kicked off the season with back-to-back starts. It was a pretty hectic couple games. We allowed 9 goals. But we faced something like 100 shots, so it was still respectable numbers coming out of those 2 games. Then a few nights later, we got our third start of the season, a big win over the Ottawa Senators for the first time in a Philadelphia uniform. That was 3 games in 4 nights, so we got the next game off, rightfully so. Putting in our backup, which is Carter Hart. Unfortunately, he is still in this game. I really wish EA would just remove him. He doesn't deserve to be in this game, but that's neither here nor there. They went into Boston, ended up losing in a shootout, but it was still a really solid effort to get 1 point against a very, very dangerous Boston team. Then we had our fourth start against the St. Louis Blues, the game we just talked about. Everything trending in the right direction, some great offense, excellent defense. Things seem to be, going very well in the early goings of this new season, and that's when EA decided to pull the rug and throw a wrench in everything we had worked towards. So in this game against Tampa Bay, I'm not quite sure why the coaching staff decided to go with Carter Hart. I understand that we had 4 starts in our first 5 games in a very short amount of time, but there was, 4 days off between our start in Ottawa and St. Louis, as well as a day in between this game and the St. Louis game. We are coming off 2 wins. Carter Hart lost his first game, so I'm not quite sure why they did it. And boy, oh boy, did Tampa Bay make us regret that decision, as Carter Hart surrendered 5 goals on the opening 8 or 9 shots of the first period. Absolutely destroyed. Gets pulled in that game. Sadly, our AI gets in for the next 2 periods, and we do no better, allowing 5 goals and ending that game a 10-0 trounce by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, normally, you look at that, you just move on. It's not the end of the world. It is what it is. But for me, this one actually frustrated me a little bit. I pride myself in, pushing past all the BS that these NHL EA games have. There's a lot of them, especially in this Be a Pro career game mode that they have in this game. But like I said, I'm human. I have frustrations. This one, I'll explain why this one frustrated me. We started a new season. We have a pretty solid start. We signed with a new team. We have to play good goaltending. It's a young team that finished dead last season. And so far, things were going well. Yeah, we had a couple bad games here, but after the St. Louis game, we had a 928 save percentage, nearly a 930 save percentage, including those 9 goals in the first 2 games. So an excellent start. And in the matter of 1 simulated game, something I cannot control, the game decides that our goalie is going to let in 5 goals, and that number dips 20 points to now a 909 save percentage. I know it's not the end of the world. I know it's early in the season, but at the same time, if I went into this game and lost this on my own doing, I would be way more okay with that. I'm a competitive guy. I love to win, but I'm not a sore loser. If I had control over this game, it would be way less annoying than having a random script, something that makes absolutely no sense. EA does this all the time. You look at simulated games and they're absolute blowouts. It's crazy. And it just sucks because this is something that I've been begging for EA to add for years and years and years. I've talked with their community managers. I've posted in my available forums, things like that. It would be so simple to just have a pop-up that shows up on your screen that says, hey, your starting goaltender let in 5 goals. You're currently down 5-0. You're getting put into the game. Would you like to simulate the rest, or would you like to drop into the game to finish this one out? And I know a number of you guys would just say simulate it, get it to the next start. But for me, I'm a content creator. I'm trying to make a somewhat realistic, a fun playthrough in a game mode that is otherwise pretty stale, and something like this takes all of the wind out of my sails. I know it's just a game, but it is very frustrating. An example I can give you guys is, let's say this was game 75 or 80 of the calendar year. We have the best season we've ever had. 2 games remaining. We're leading the league in goalie stats. We're 2 games away from guaranteed winning the Vezina. The coaching staff says, hey, we're giving you the night off to prepare for the playoffs. Your backup goes in net. This happens. They let in 4 or 5 goals in the first period. You got thrown into the game without any control over your own. Your goalie lets in 8 or 9 goals because the game decides that's the number you're going to get. All of a sudden, you're no longer in the lead for goalie stats. You have no time to gain it back. You lose out on the Vezina trophy. Like, to me, that's just unacceptable. And yeah, I know it's a game, but at the same time, it is frustrating because, like I said, like, I'm trying to create, as a creator, trying to create a experience for you guys to enjoy. And when this happens, it really does suck. And the reason I'm so frustrated, to wrap this all up, this feature exists in the game. It's not like I'm asking them to do a brand new feature. This exists. If you go to franchise mode right now, go to the calendar, click on a random game, click simulate game. It will simulate shift by shift, period by period. It'll show you all the hits, all the blocks, all the penalties, all the goals, so on and so forth. And at any given time, you can press the X button and drop into the game in its current state. So if you're behind in a game, you can drop in to try and come back and win. If you're ahead in the game, you can drop in to try and hold on to the lead. That exists in the game. The fact that has never made its way into other game modes, especially goalie career, is very, very frustrating. So look, I'm going to move on from this in about 30 seconds. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. It is frustrating. When the season's all said and done, the points are totaled up, the stats are totaled up, it's probably not going to make a dent. You'll forget about this in the next minute. We'll move on. But EA, if you happen to see this clip, if you somehow listen to community feedback, I will likely post this in the forum that I have availability in that talks to the community managers. Please, please, please put it in other game modes because you haven't touched Be a Pro in so many years. The game is stale. This tiny little thing would be a quick win for people who like to play goalies. So that's it. Rant over. It is what it is. Like I said, we'll move on from it. We'll forget about it. But to add insult to injury and add salt in the wound, the coaching staff went back to Carter Hart 2 nights later, and he once again got absolutely bodied by the Edmonton Oilers 6-1, a team that holds a 6-1 record. I just can't believe it. I don't know what the coaching staff is thinking. The EA script is absolutely ridiculous. In 2 games, it decided that we allowed 16 goals against and only scored 1 goal for. So for a season that started off so well, it had so much promise, to see this is very exhausting. It really does suck. Again, we'll move on for a minute. We'll take a deep breath. We'll get back in net, back in front of the home crowd. You can see the stats at the top now. We were under a 3 goals against average. We're now at a 3.82, nearly 4. Save percentage taking that massive hit down to a 909. Thankfully, our record is still 2-1-1. You know, Carter Hart receiving a loss in both of those games. It does mean that our offense also was non-existent. But like I said, a golden opportunity in front of the home crowd. It's nice to be back home. We're playing a New Jersey team that is also struggling, desperate for a win. But let's get into net and control what we're able to control, which is getting in the net, having good rebound control, playing the puck efficiently, getting good starts behind this very young team, and giving them a chance to set up and succeed. We got to forget about what we can't control. You can harp on it for a few minutes, but when it's all said and done, you can't control it. Now we work on what we can control, and it's a good opportunity. A win here gets us back to 500 hockey. The season's not over. It's not undone because of those 2. It is frustrating, but we move past it. We look forward to the future. It should be a fun matchup as we head out to the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You know the home crowd's going to be behind us one way or another. We'll see if we can't piece together a really nice game and allow the boys to get started. Sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab a snack. Puck drop will get us started for this very fun matchup, and Morgan Frost will win that faceoff cleanly. Travis Konechny now in, back across to Michkov. You got to remember, coming out of that St. Louis game, Michkov had 5 goals in 3 games. It looks like he was unstoppable. Yes, those simulated games kind of unraveled that a bit as well, but we know these guys know how to score in the game. They showed a lot of great tendencies. As far as I'm concerned, our videos, our starts are still very, very solid. We are a 9-3-0 in those videos. We are also looking for our 3rd straight win in these videos that we record. So yes, that won't reflect on the season. It won't reflect in the game on paper, but it is still our 3rd straight start and a chance to win 3 straight games. So still lots to play for. Morgan Frost now working back in. And why not start with a very awkward goal, as that's kind of the season for Markstrom, as Morgan Frost just walks in on the left side. Not a great shot, but it somehow finds the back of the net over the shoulder of Markstrom, and he will pot home his 2nd goal. I don't even think they're going to show us the rebound, and to be honest, not quite sure you want to watch that one. It's just a fluffy shot that somehow beats the goaltender of Markstrom. And all of a sudden, Philadelphia, who struggled to get offense in the last few games, they find one here early in the first couple minutes of this hockey game, a 1-0 lead, and maybe a little bit, we're sorry for what EA did to you. Here's a nice quick goal. Thank you, boys. Great start. Now we jump off to an early lead. We can just ease into the net. See how the boys respond. So looking at the other side of the ice, it's not been the season that New Jersey was hopeful for. Markstrom now starting his 7th game, and he only has 1 win. And it's just kind of been the story for New Jersey in NHL 25. You look back at last season, they had a pretty rough year. A couple guys that had some good points, obviously Jack Hughes. They didn't do very well. They've carried that play into this year, and it hasn't been the start of the season they were looking for, which is kind of odd to think about, because when you see the New Jersey Devils in the real world, in the real NHL, it's a team that has come to be known as one of the most offensively dangerous teams. They have some decent defensemen. They have a really solid goaltender in Markstrom now, but it just hasn't correlated to a very good start to NHL 25, at least in our playthrough now. As that's Dawson Mercer ripping it. That's a beautiful angle shot. He nearly finds the back of the net, rings it off the pipe. We're thankful that our best friend was there to make a save. A couple looks at both ends of the ice. 5 minutes down in this first period, Philadelphia does hold on to that 1-0 lead, but what an effort by Dawson Mercer to fight off the defenseman and get a pretty good look at that one. Face off now, Morgan Frost losing that to Jack Hughes, one of the 2 Hughes brothers on this New Jersey team, obviously himself and Luke. Very talented team all together. You got Quinn Hughes, captain of the Vancouver Canucks. I believe they have a 4th brother in either minor or the AHL or something. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's a 4th Hughes brother. So just a talented family when you think about it. Morgan Frost hangs on, and a good little give and go play with Michkov, who trying to find Morgan Frost backdoor. Great read once again by Markstrom, and he makes another big glove save, ensuring that the team doesn't drop 2 goals here early after kind of a miscue by him reading that first shot off the stick of Morgan Frost for the first goal of the game. Now again, you know, like I said, we're already moved past what happened in those 2 simulated games, but for me, I mean, the season is still super enjoyable. Like I said, we took on the challenge of joining a young team. We faced, you know, we're currently near the league lead in most shots faced so far, which is not always the best stat, but when you look at the game so far and you break down what's happened as of late, you got a game against St. Louis, a game against Ottawa, where yes, we faced 40, 45 shots, but most of them were to the outside. There was a lot of really strong play defensively. I would rather be busy like that than the other end where you're not facing very many shots, or you're facing 50 shots like we did in the first 2 games, and every single shot was a high scoring opportunity. So we're busy, but it's a challenge we like. It's been really fun games so far. I'm not going to try and let what happened slow us down any, as long as we can keep performing in the starts we get. Farabee now working in one-on-one, and that's going to be an errant stick by, I believe it's Brett Pesce, who gets his stick into the wrong part of the feet. The puck bobbled off the first poke check, and he comes back to take another one, and you can just see he hits at the outside of the skate. I think that's a little bit of a dive by Farabee, if I'm being completely honest. But it's a golden opportunity now for Philadelphia to really take a stranglehold on this first period and get a power play goal. It's not been the best power play effort so far, 15.4 on the season. Not a lot of chances coming our way. It just seems like in NHL 25, the new hockey IQ system doesn't entirely work for, you know, special teams. We saw it last year in Vegas. We were the #1 teams for goals scored. We were one of the best power play teams, and we only had something like a 22% power play. So low numbers don't always tell the story here in this video game. We'll see if the boys can get one here. Certainly 15% is not where you want it to be, regardless if numbers are lower. So Bobby Brink will skate back, needs to set up again. Second unit starting this power play. Farabee ahead to Sean Couturier. He's had a pretty good start to the season. Tries to fire that shot in. Gets the puck back, and a really aggressive Owen Tippett. Nice shot short side, or blocker side rather. And it corrals back out into neutral space. Sean Couturier working it back in for Philadelphia. Down cross seam pass. Tippett spins, fires, tries to find Sean Couturier on the side. And as Farabee jumps to keep that one in, it does just leave the zone. So we'll have to set up for another faceoff. 1 minute down here in this opening period power play attempt. Top line on the ice now. Morgan Frost set to take this faceoff alongside Michkov and Konechny. Face-off one with his foot. Cam York works his way in. Cam York down low. Konechny fires that shot. And a big save. Rebounding all the way towards the blue line. Good effort here by Dougie Hamilton. And he gets it ahead to his captain, Heishier. Now across to Dylan. Both defensemen kind of jumping up on the play. Dougie Hamilton will go for a skate. Back behind the net. Sanheim from York. Konechny under some pressure. He spins away and gets the puck ahead. Michkov back in. Nice deke. But Dylan with a nice stick after that attempt to send the puck down. So that'll be pretty much it for the first power play here. Couple of looks, not a great setup. 9:41 left in as the man will step out of the box. The defenseman for New Jersey. A little bit of a weird open ice deke, but Konechny out back in front. Konechny, he'll just try to find somebody to pass to, but nobody there. And now Jesper Bratt with a hard shot right after the penalty kill. That's a good look. And another one from Dougie Hamilton off the half wall there. Right into the glove. Good tracking. No rebound. That's what we can control. Morgan Frost starting to elevate his physicality in this season. That's what you need. You just need guys that are confident with their play. Like, this is a young team. It's not always going to be, you know, rainbows and sunshines. I expect losses. That's not the issue. But it's piecing together, you know, substantial games, finding ways to score. When Philadelphia, I mean, for any matter, any team in this game, but when Philadelphia is playing well, you really notice it because their young defensemen will make 2 or 3 short passes in their own zone. They'll exit, go through the neutral zone, set up, get a lot of looks onto the goaltenders. When they're not playing so well, you'll see some of those unnecessary long skates trying to find your way towards the blue line, followed by like a 30-40 foot pass attempt that gets picked off. You can't have that in this game. The new hockey IQ system is too smart. That's something that I will give EA, at least for their offline game mode, is the way AI reads the play has improved significantly over the year. So trying to, as that is, I'm not even sure, was that Rempe? I think Rempe now joined New Jersey at the trade deadline last year. He streaks in, nearly has a golden opportunity. But as I was mentioning, the AI just reads plays really well through the neutral zone, so it's hard to make those long passes and have them be successful. So a 4th line shift here, I believe. It might even be a 3rd line shift for New Jersey. Drysdale trying to find his way back into Devils territory, takes a shot. It's corralled off the blocker and into the corner. 10-10 are the shots. It's a 1-0 game for the Flyers with only 5 minutes left here. Cotter steps up. He loses that puck, and now an exhausted Sean Couturier spins it away. Up ahead to Drysdale. Drysdale looking for an outlet pass. Tries to flip that one behind Nemestikov. Does a great job getting his feet in the way of that shot. Squirts out of the Flyers territory. Rempe across to Luke Hughes. Now Michkov spinning away from that hit. Mad-Fi Michkov on the ice waiting for his teammates to join. He's shoved away by the big Dougie Hamilton. He is a big frame in this game. He has a large stick, and he knows how to use it. Zamula now spins away from Dawson Mercer, and that's the play that I talk about. You can't have that play along the half board. Look for a smarter pass. You do not need to skate 10 or 15 extra feet. And for praising the AI in the neutral zone, the defensive AI still have a lot of kinks to work out in this game. Some of the plays make absolutely no sense. You'll have another player 10 feet in front of you breaking out of your zone, and for whatever reason, the AI just refused to pass the puck to them. So if I'm the EA and I'm looking at what worked with this new hockey IQ and what needs improvement, that is definitely one of the areas that surely needs a bit of a rework. Right now, it looks like New Jersey just trying to get the puck steered towards the front of the net. We've done a good job keeping the rebound to the outside. Connecting now in. 2 minutes left in this first period. He is hit along the boards, and Mercer works it the other way. A line change coming out now for the Philadelphia Flyers. Andre all the way across to Tippett. Tippett has some speed. Dougie Hamilton stays with him, but it squirts back to the defenseman. And Hamilton will make another play. Nemestikov now being chased by Owen Tippett. Gets it across to Mercer. Another nice, easy rebound all the way into the corner. Hughes off the bench. In front. Back. And a sharp backhand by Dawson Mercer. We read that one perfectly. Now up to 14 shots. Sam Steele on the ice. Trying to get around these tough New Jersey D-man. So the pairing of Luke Hughes and Dougie Hamilton is very noticeable in this game. You got a really big body in Hamilton like we just talked about. You got Luke Hughes, who's a very crafty, very fast defenseman. It's making for a very solid pairing here for the New Jersey Devils. And they are staying on the ice again. They must both have about 12 minutes. And that is Joel Farabee walking in off the faceoff. And another pretty rough-looking goal for Markstrom. I know that's a set faceoff play. He gets around. There is some traffic in front of him. But the patience by Joel Farabee now. Another person having a great year. I mean, that's not even traffic. It's a one-on-one. Gets his blocker there, but just not enough of it. And Farabee will pot home his fourth goal. The patience, the angle, and with 8.9 seconds left, if you're Markstrom, you are hanging your head in shame after that one. The crowd loving it. A 2-0 goal here as Farabee picks up his fourth goal and 6th point of this early season. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Philadelphia Flyers. And after a couple games with very little to show in the way of offense, they've jumped up to a really nice lead here in the first period of this hockey game. Farabee back and a nice late period attempt. Markstrom will track that one down, but we will head to the first intermission. A 2-0 lead for the Philadelphia Flyers. And that's exactly what you needed. A couple of bad attempts there by the goaltender Jacob Markstrom, but there's your first period summary. Not a lot of differences between both hits. Very physical first period. Shots almost even. Time on attack a little in the favor of the Flyers. Passing, faceoffs, everything pretty even. But it is a 2-0 lead for the Flyers as we get set now for the second period of hockey. And right now the boys are doing a nice job. We've talked about them keeping the shots to the outside. The defense look engaged. They're joining in when they need to on the rush. Drysdale right there takes a big hit but makes a play, and now it's Travis Konechny challenging that blocker side. We've scored 2 goals from that angle so far in this game. Why not keep trying to give it to Markstrom, make him make the adjustment that he needs to try and make saves. Michkov loses that one. Bratt works in, tries to go far side, no dangle, will make the big read and a big play as Michkov took a big hit, loses the puck, and unfortunately it goes right to the stick of Jesper Bratt. The speedy forward gets a shot on net, and we make a big save to keep this a 2-0 lead. Timo Meier shrugging off the hit. He'll work it back down, gives it a dump into the deep zone, goes for a chase, makes a hit along Drysdale. And now Drysdale will pin him along the boards. A good give and go. Holy Makinov, what a play. Man, that we know the AI likes to do it. It's incredible to me that after so many years of NHL, they've found a way for the AI to get more crafty down low along the boards. But I gotta say that play is used so often that it gets frustrating because of how successful it is. Big save off the toe. Just gets it. I actually couldn't believe the turnover. I forgot to speak. But what a turnover in front and a monster save as they finally clear the puck. We will take a deep breath. And what an effort here. I'm not even sure who that was. It's a pass by Jesper Bratt. Gets it over the stick of Sanheim. You can see Joel Farabee trying to pitch in. Meier goes backhand, forehand. He gets a lot of that one. Lifts it up in a hurry. And we just stretch out and make a monster save to keep this a 2-0 lead for the Philadelphia Flyers and our first real test as a little bit of a miscue by the defense in front of us. Farabee just about joining in, and Timo Meier looks to the sky as we make a big save. And now Farabee will skate it through the neutral zone. So a couple of big looks here to start this second period. We got to be careful. Here's another one. Dawson Mercer just opts for the shot. And a couple of loose plays. Holy jumping, sliding all over our crease. We do have to be careful sliding around. You guys have actually noticed it. It's a bad habit that I have, and one that I can confidently say is just a bad habit. No, it's still instilled in my brain, deep somewhere in there from all these years of playing goalies since back in, NHL teens, like 13, 14, 15. I have a bad habit of moving through the crease well in 5-hole like this. And while it's efficient sometimes, I use it way more than I should. And you guys have noticed it as well. The reason I do it is almost subconsciously, because when you start out as a new goaltender in these games, your speed is so slow. I don't know why EA has you such a slow speed to start your career, but I need to get better at moving while in the stand-up position because it has way more control. Like, you can see how slow it takes me to cut across the crease. Like, that's as fast as I can move. So what I do is I drop to butterfly once this is safely out. I drop to butterfly to get around the crease a lot more, but you can see how much you slide. I'm only tapping the joystick once, and it's sliding me all the way out of position. I didn't even see this. I should just shut up. But it's a bad habit I need to break, as Andre's going to get his first goal. First goal for Emil Andre. Defenseman jumping up this time. We'll have a look. Tatar wins that battle. It goes back to Martinez, and just a one-knee shot from the point. 103.2 miles. This dude can rip the puck, and you can see the expression on Markstrom. He has just not had another game without his A game. I mean, that's just a blast. Holy jump-ins. I have not seen this guy get on the score sheet, and his first one of the season is an absolute bullet, a third-pairing defense goal. And all of a sudden, the Flyers, who were pretty snake-bitten through a couple games, are off to a 3-0 lead here. 13 minutes left in the second period. Martinez and Tatar with the assists. You gotta love that. As I'm yapping away about my stupid bad habits, the boys are going down the ice and scoring big goals. My oh my. You see Andre Palat on the ice. It's kind of an interesting player for Philadelphia. Or not Philadelphia, sorry, New Jersey. I watched the Leafs-New Jersey game the other night, and they were talking about him on the broadcast. He's a player that has a lot of success in the league. He's somebody that's known for being a really strong player in the playoffs. I mean, you look back at his time with Tampa Bay. If I'm not mistaken, he has something like only 3 or 4 goals in 30 games now with the New Jersey Devils, and playing top 6 minutes, that's not really where you need to be. So it's interesting to see, like, if they make it to the playoffs in the real world, which I'm assuming if you asked a lot of fans, you would expect New Jersey to find their way into a playoff spot. You would expect he'll be very good for them then, but I'm sure he'd want a little bit more regular season success than he's currently having. So just an interesting player. I'm not quite sure how he's doing in this game. I know New Jersey is fighting for offense anyway, as a Philadelphia player takes a tumble in the deep offensive zone. Not quite sure who that was. It was actually Morgan Frost, who now has the puck. Back into New Jersey space, looking to make a play in front. Bichkov tries to release that puck in a hurry, but it's poked away. Brett Pesce over to Timo Meier. Meier down low, cross seam pass. It's just out of the reach for Jesper Bratt. Bratt back to Hughes, and that's Luke Hughes with a quick snapshot into the glove. Another good track puck. Up to 22 saves now. We're just over the halfway mark of this game. We're going to be busy this season. There was no doubt in my mind when we took this job. We knew we'd be battling it just about every single night. Now Owen Tippett, he'll skate through into Jersey space, backs it up for Steele. Steele with a sharp angle shot behind traffic there. From a long way out, it's steered into the corner. Sanheim back for Drysdale, tries to find Farabee. Now Dawson Mercer. Mercer cuts to the middle, and a great poke there once again by Joel Farabee. So these guys, the top 2 units right now, are really doing a great job defensively to get back into the play and off the side of the iron for Owen Tippett, as that was Sanheim slipping that one past a few of the defenders and finding Owen Tippett cutting back across, and a great play there, and nearly finds the back of the net, as this time Dougie Hamilton walks in and absolutely rips this one past our glove. Okay, Dougie, I see you. Walks in, just takes it in himself, gets the pass, And it's a quick release, and our goaltender just waves at that one in a good enough position. And you can see the late reaction doesn't read where that shot is going. And that is a beautiful, beautiful shot for Dougie Hamilton to get New Jersey at least some life here in the second period. A 3-1 hockey game as the defenseman rips one home here. I mean, that's what you need from a big guy like that. First goal of the season, Mercer and Nemestikov with the assists. That's one that you just kind of, holy jumpins, what a rip. You know, we have worked on our glove side in the offseason. I think our glove high is an 88 or something now, 89 maybe. Our glove low still not quite where it needs to be, and I think that was, I don't know, that one may have been more vision than anything, you know, not really tracking where that shot was going to be put. A little bit too high on the glove attempt. It just dips down low, just under the glove. What a rip. Fast one. Quick release. That's what you love to see from a defenseman who's trying to get his team back into this game. Eric Holla, he gives that puck away. Now Bobby Brink sends Thomas Tatar. Tatar shoved to the ice once again by Luke Hughes, who's had a couple really great plays to stop any opportunity the other way. Holla up to Nason. Stefan Nason will dump this one down low. It's going to be Sanheim battling it out with Palat. Palat wins that battle. Opportunity behind the net. Eric Holla now pinned along the boards. 5 minutes left in this second period. It's a 3-1 hockey game. A good pass from down low sends Brink. Brink one-on-one with the goal scorer, Hamilton, and Hamilton's stick steals that one. You're going to have to get a little more creative getting around that guy. You're not going to have that open ice deke and expect it to work for somebody that's as tall as Dougie Hamilton is, how offensively and defensively aware he is. That's Jack Hughes trying to sneak that one into the far corner, and a couple of sharp angle shots now by the New Jersey Devils. A puck one there by Drysdale once again. He's looked pretty sharp. I don't like that turnaround from Konechny. I wish the AI would stop that. Now Drysdale hemmed in his own zone, trying to find an outlet pass. It's going to be Sanheim who sends Frost. Morgan Frost, full pressure, still ticking away, draining the stamina. Dylan gets to the puck first, up ahead for Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes across to Jesper Bratt, cuts to the middle, a block shot in front. 3 minutes left now in the second period, as it looks like that goal at least has found some new life for the New Jersey Devils. Pesci across to Hughes, back for Timo Meyer, and a great play by Cam York, who finds Morgan Frost, who didn't get off the ice. Why did he not make a line change? If that was a fresh body, he would have been away. And finally, Morgan Frost hops off. A little bit of an extended shift. Not quite sure what he was thinking there. A great play by Cam York to send the puck forward. And now another one. Tippett just trying to get the puck on net. Hounded off by two New Jersey Devil back checkers. One being Jesper Bratt. York now into the corner. Jack Hughes. He's played a lot of minutes in this game. Good little stick there by Tippett. Tippett works it ahead. Steele to the puck first. 2-on-1. Sam Steele rips it. Rebound right in front, but Mercer back covering for the defenseman. 30 seconds left in this second period. Nico Hischier across. Seam pass to Nemestikov. We read that one perfectly. Stay on our feet. Don't slide out of the way on our butterfly pads. There's the season stats. So that would appear that he has been pulled twice, because it did show that he has played 6 games, this being his 7th. Another high blocker save into the corner, 27 saves on 28 shots. Another fairly busy night, but again, a much different feel. Less overwhelming until at least the last 5 minutes, where New Jersey has definitely put on a little bit of pressure, but it's going to be the Philadelphia Flyers getting another one here in the second period. A great start to this game, a great second period, a beautiful goal by Dougie Hamilton to at least give Jersey a little bit of life. But it's going to be a 3-1 hockey game as we head to the third period of action. Physicality, the name of the game. I don't know what it is about two teams that desperately need to win. It's like you get two bottom feeder teams and it's like the most exciting game EA can produce. I don't know if it's because they have nothing to lose and they're just energetic, ready to go. Everything thrown towards the net. But it's always been entertaining games, and this one's no different. You can see Gritty in the corner trying to get his team and his crowd back into it. Another hard shot from the point. We get enough of that rebound to send it wide. A tip in front, but Morgan Frost back to help out defensively. Sends his defenseman Drysdale. Drysdale working it in. Dougie Hamilton stealing that one away from the loose puck. Meyer over to Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes finds Bratt. And I mean, that pass is unbelievable. I even did my best to get back into the front, into the side of the net. And I thought it was going to go back to Hughes. That's why I went so far out. It actually reaches Timo Meier. And right off the faceoff, Timo Meier shovels this one in. You can see me out challenging Hughes. I did not expect that pass to get all the way through 3 Philadelphia players, past the stick of Hughes, who left it. And then all of a sudden you got Timo Meier on the backstop with an easy wide open net. What a play. Ew. Sometimes, like I said, these AI are just, it's almost overly powered creative. Like, you get to the wall and they just make passes that are like, how do you think of that? And for Jack Hughes to leave that puck, I mean, that's just a genius read by a very talented forward. And this is what I'm scared of. The momentum is also a very strong tool. You get a couple of goals, you can see it in your legs. Michkov now trying to battle his way back. Another good glove save by Markstrom. So it's an early third period. It was an early second period goal and now an early third period goal by both teams. This time New Jersey getting one back. 3-2 hockey game, 17:24 left in this third period. And if you're the Philadelphia Flyers, you got to start finding a little bit of momentum. It's been a really good period and a half. You kind of fell asleep in the second. It's no time to not use your legs and your speed here. Frost, he's in, cuts to the middle, back to York. York looking for an outlet shot, doesn't get it. It's blocked in front. Now Pesce ahead for Dylan. Both defensemen joining the play. He gets that puck poked away. Konechny fighting off the check. Gets pinned along the boards. Oh my gosh. Mestikov had a chance to walk in front, decides to pass it, and both teams just making really silly plays all of a sudden. That's going to be a good shot there by Steele to at least send some traffic Markstrom's way. But it's a young, I mean, I feel like a broken record, but it's a young team that needs to find ways to win. We saw the great defensive effort in St. Louis. It looked like everything was clicking. They had a strong 60 minutes. But we've had games like the Ottawa game where you saw Ottawa pressure to the final buzzer. We were able to hold on there. We're trying to do the same here against the New Jersey Devils. And a slash in front. I believe that's going to be Nico Hischier, the captain. Tries to stick lift right in front. It was a good read by the defenseman. A puck going off the foot of Zamula. And when he loses the battle, he tries to stick lift. He gets his hand in, or a stick into the hands of Cam York, the other defenseman. And it's going to be Nico Hischier. Doesn't like it very much, but when you lose a battle and you get your stick up like that, anytime you see the hand shake, the hand rattle, you're going to get called. And now it's going to be Sean Couturier in the second unit starting a chance to get our second power play goal. Farabee back for Bobby Brink, who takes a shot on net, and it's a good save into the corner. Back for Brink. Brink in front, a tip, but it's just poked wide. Nemec now, he'll fire this one down the ice, and Philadelphia is forced to regroup. A good start to this power play. We'll see if they can continue it. Farabee ahead for Couturier, who spots Brink. Brink gets absolutely rocked to the ice, and Cotter will walk in. Short side shot. Those ones always scare me because I feel like the AI can see holes that I can't see. Bobby Brink now in. Brink, backhanded opportunity, looking for the rebound for Drysdale. It's sent the other way. Frost, he's joining the play, which means our first unit is hopping on the ice. Here's Drysdale. Drysdale, backhanded pass, just gets to Morgan Frost after a deflection. Back behind the net for Konechny. Konechny working in front. Back to Farabee. Michkov turns with a really hard shot. It corrals off a defenseman and into the corner. And Cotter will do his best to clear this one. No, Farabee just keeps it in, but he had nobody on the right side as Drysdale just leaked out to the neutral zone. Drysdale back in front. Michkov had a chance and he sends it over to Morgan Frost. I don't hate the play, but he had a golden opportunity with Markstrom down in his butterfly to try and pot one there. He hasn't looked as sharp as he did in that game where he scored the hat trick, but some good creativity. I just wish AI would shoot the puck more, man. Morgan Frost, big win. Michkov back to Cam York. Had a wide open net, just missed it. Michkov down low, finds Sanheim, gives it to Konechny. Konechny will rip it. And now Markstrom under some duress here in the New Jersey zone. This should clear it and should be enough to kill off the last 15 seconds. Dougie Hamilton has had a couple of good looks with his shot in this game. 5 seconds left now as the New Jersey player will step on to the ice. Thankfully, that shot goes wide and all the way back down. Well, it was a couple good looks by Philadelphia. Markstrom doing a good job to keep his team out of trouble. 3-2 is still the score with 12 minutes left. Hamilton, he's gotten involved offensively in this game, has the goal in that second period, and a couple more looks that have had some pretty big momentum and velocity behind those shots. I mean, even in the real world, he's always been pretty good at shooting the puck, but my oh my, that puck has a lot of steam behind it. Now Owen Tippett loses the puck to Dylan. I don't like the stutter steps or trying to do the open ice deke to get around the defenseman. You can use your feet. You gotta step behind them, and instead of just using your feet to skate, they just look for that stupid open ice deke, and that was a great little play by Sanheim to find Tippett. Wind up from the point, gets it through, and Zamula looking for a goal. Jack Hughes, in his last little effort here on this shift, is able to get that one down, eliminate that full pressure, and Owen Tippett will work it back. Owen Tippett, he had a step momentarily, a great poke check from behind by Dylan. No penalty on the play. Puck scores free now. Eric Halla, another good poke check by Drysdale. He has looked good at jumping up in the play and then getting back to make a poke check or another effort. He is very noticeable in this game for right reasons. Tippett trying to fight his way around two Jersey players, and that comes all the way back down. Forced to regroup once again. So New Jersey, in days of old, known for their trap play, not a lot of offense, but strong defense. It seems like they're trying to activate that here, as their offense hasn't been working as much as they'd want in this season, but it seems like they've shut us down for the most part. Entry into their zone has not been easy in this game, but Cam York fights that one off. Cam York, a cross-seam pass. Morgan Frost not ready for that one. Now he's fighting in the corner with Palat. Palat gets the puck back. Michkov tries to deliver a hit, but a quick pass up to Luke Hughes, who finds Stefan Nason. Nason will play that puck. We'll play it forward for Cam York. York will skate this one all the way out. Back to Michkov. Michkov had a quick moment there at the blue line. Finds Zamula. Zamula, a head pass with a lot of velocity just out of the reach. Nemec. He'll go for a skate, a poke check away. Just both teams a little sloppy here. The game kind of fell away from us after that. You know, New Jersey gets that early goal. It looks like they got a little bit of life, but once Philly fought back on that power play, it's kind of been a little bit of a loose game here for both teams. Not a ton of pucks steered towards the front of the net. And a lot of nice block shots. But trying to enter and get set up right now seems like it's more a struggle than it is anything else. Frost now, 5:12 left in the game. Philly is still cheering on their boys. Pass across to Nemec. Nemec tries to look for that tip in front. We know how dangerous those tips can be. Michkov working in. Michkov stops, shoots, tries to go upstairs, and a good block and save by the trapper of Markstrom. So a good look there by Michkov. That's the kind of shot you want. Waiting for traffic. Gets it up in a hurry. Some nice speed behind it. And this time Markov. Gee, I can't speak. Michkov, Markstrom. Markstrom makes a big glove save. And no rebound. Tippett off the faceoff. Looks to cut in front. Farabee! What just happened? As the defensemen look up and they look stunned as Joel Farabee with his 5th goal in the season, 2nd of the night. Face off here. The defenseman gets it. It kicks off his skate. And diving, Joel Farabee just throws this one back in. You can see the reaction once again by Markstrom, just not having the start to the season that he wants or needs for this New Jersey team. Gritty jumping up with joy. That is a weird one as it bounces off 2 skates. It goes off Farabee's skate towards the net, off Nemec's skate back away, and without even looking, Farabee, well falling, gets this one to go 5-hole. And it's, hey, we'll take it. That's a weird period capped off by a weird goal as Farabee now ties Michkov with 7 at the top for his 5th goal of the season. A no assist goal, as it was kind of a chaos in front of the net. And Gritty is staring into the souls of the New Jersey Devil players now. 4 minutes left in this game. We have a 4-2 hockey game and a pretty nice, solid effort by the boys in orange here. It was, like I said, a bit of a heartbreaker in the hands of an EA simulation, but they came back home and they're looking pretty solid. Farabee shovels that one by the net. It's poked away. Now he gets it pinned along the boards. Up to Dawson Mercer. Mercer into the neutral space, gets it ahead for Nemec, joining the rush. Nemestikov, and just another great play by Sanheim and Drysdale. Drysdale now ahead for Tippett. Tippett finds Joel Farabee, who has a hat trick on his stick. We could witness back-to-back hat tricks. First, it was Matvei Michkov. This time, Joel Farabee, who has had a quietly excellent year. You know, it's a guy that you wouldn't really think is going to be leading your team in points. He is doing exactly that. On the board, Michkov now to help out Travis Konechny. Konechny doing his best to dig that one free and gets a pass to Morgan Frost, who releases that one in a hurry, but it's steered away. Empty net now here for New Jersey. We'll see if they replace Markstrom with a whistle. Empty net remains. You can see the crowd getting excited. 54.8 seconds. It's a 4-2 hockey game. Nason off the faceoff. 6 bodies for the Devils. A big shot by Jesper Bratt, looking for any sort of rebound, approaching that 40-shot territory once again. It seems like it never ends, but we wouldn't have it any other way. Morgan Frost takes aim for the open net. And that one just sails off a foot and wide. Luke Hughes up to his brother, Jack. Jack ahead. Has that picked off by Konechny. Konechny spins away. Tries to shrug off a hit. But it's turned back into Philadelphia territory. Now down below the net. Sanheim under pressure by Hughes. Kicks it into empty space. Konechny makes a check on Bratt. Now Konechny wins that battle. And up ahead for Morgan Frost, who is received by Dawson Mercer coming off the bench. Michkov in. Michkov with an open net. Sails it wide. Michkov, my man. For a guy that has, what, 5 goals, 6 goals on the year? That's not the effort you would see. But we will hang on there. And Philadelphia bounces back the way we know they know how. Our 3rd win in 3 straight videos. We get back to 500 hockey. And a big effort from everybody involved. The crowd loves this one. Immediately erasing what happened in the end of last video with a big win here in Philadelphia. And for New Jersey, the struggles will sadly continue. As a couple good looks there, Dougie Hamilton with a big goal, Timo Meier the recipient of an unbelievable play. But it's going to be the Flyers' Joel Farabee with this weird one here. Just an absolute rocket of a backhand. No idea how that even went. A couple good goals by some first-timers here. Andre with the blast from the point. And we will hang on for a 37-save effort against the New Jersey Devils. A breath of fresh air. Control what we can control. And that's a good effort by the boys.
Busy night of action on the ice. Let's take a look.
A 948 save percentage. That'll help to get us back in the right direction. It's not going to, eliminate what just happened, but it certainly will get us back into respectable numbers. 9-1-5, 3-1-1 on the season. We will head to Vancouver, an away game against the Canucks. And we will get the start. So the experiment of giving us a few nights rest when we didn't think we needed it might be over, hopefully over, as we hang on here for a big win. And we're headed to Vancouver for the last game of October, trying to end it with a positive record. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for listening to the rant at the start. Like I said, you move past it in a hurry, you forget about it. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Another big W. A strong start to the season in these videos. We look to continue it against the Vancouver Canucks in the next one. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 2,000. We only got a couple weeks left here in 2024. If you're watching these videos and you haven't smashed that sub button, what are you doing? Smash it. Let's grow this cool community. I appreciate you guys watching. Take care of yourself out there. And until the next video, we'll catch you later. Bye, guys.